They came to kind of give my story and what I'm all about. I'm big on community and big on making a community that I live in better. I grew up in Wolfville, just down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Down the street from him, actually. That's how small Wolfville is. And obviously Nova Scotia was always in my heart. Went to New Brunswick to go to school, work for a bit. Moved to Ottawa for a few years to go to do more school. See what it was like out in Ontario. Experienced somewhere else. And then I knew that inevitably I'd be back because this is the place that I love. This is the place I want to be. I love Halifax. Don't know if Halifax loves me back yet, but we're getting there.
We love you. We love you.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome, Matt. I just met you. We
All right.
already love you. It's great.
So I'm here because I came back to take up the family business in a sort of way. My family and I started this very small, very grassroots charity called Camp Triumph. It's an amazing place for kids like myself when I was a kid. It's a place for kids who have had a mom or dad, brother or sister who have a serious illness or disability. So a concept that hadn't been done before, something that we saw a need for and that we went to go and try to fill. Growing up in that sort of situation, you take a back seat to what's going on at home. And that's just the necessity, that's what has to happen for the family. The attention has to go on the illness in the family, on that disability, and it comes back on the kids too. So we wanted to create a place for them to come and shine on their own and to be just kids and just to kind of let that stress strip away for a little while and meet other kids who are like them. We grew up spending a lot of time, my brothers and I, in waiting rooms, staying with family friends for months on end, as my father, who went to Montreal for treatment for brain cancer. So that was just what happened, and that was very tough on us as kids. It was a time where all of that uncertain feeling, you had to kind of hold it all in, and you just did not want to be an extra burden on what was already going on in that household. So that's true for thousands of kids. And so they all come to us. They have very different situations, but they found a place where they can just be free and just be kids for a little while. We never anticipated what it would become 14 years later, in that it's this place where these kids who have higher rates of anxiety, so much stress in their lives, more responsibility than you've ever put on a young kid, but that's just the reality. So they kind of look outside themselves. They're natural leaders. They look at what they can do to help. So that's where the opportunity kind of came in, and we could really give them a chance to just be kids and hang out and build their skills, where at the same time they can have that relief and they can be the focus for a little while. It's blossomed into something incredible. I don't know if you know about Giving Tuesday. Today is Giving Tuesday. There's Black Friday, there's Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday. We are a small charity, and all the kids do not pay to come. So we fundraise all of our budget. So any little bit helps. If you want to check us out at camptriumph.ca. A couple years ago, we ran into a bit of an issue, 2016. we have lots of obviously swag, and the kids go around wearing that back in their home communities, and other kids would look at it and be like, "Oh, that you go to Camp Trump?" Because it would look Triumph is very close, and they're like, "No, it's Camp Triumph! Like, come on!" And then we got a new logo that kind of fixed that issue, but that confusion was not the best for us. So, a little bit more about how it kind of came about and what it is today. When my mom was pregnant with me, my father got brain cancer, and we were in a major collision on the 101 as a family, and I'm kind of lucky to be alive from that. So my mom broke both her legs. My father was going through treatment, given 2 months to live. Lasted 18 years, but not great from that illness. So it was years and years later that my brother, who is a go-getter and was kind of the male role model in my life, we were out kayaking one day. He's like, "You know what? We're gonna go out and we're gonna start this summer camp for kids like us." I was like, "Okay, we're gonna start a summer camp." Like, sure, because the concept of building something like that, to me at that age, even at any age, was crazy. And then we built momentum, and now we're where we're at today. So that really taught me a lot of life lessons, in that, yeah, it sounds daunting and like something that you could, how do you start? How do you start something like that? How do you build something that comes from an idea? And it's just, you go out and do it. And that's what I learned. And so that was kind of a lesson that I've lived by, is that you just go and do it. And if it's something you want to do, something you want to make, something you're passionate about, just try and make it happen, because the worst that can happen is you can fail. And from failure, there's a lot to learn, as I'm sure all of you know. So that would be my big piece of advice from this whole thing, is just go out and do what you want to do. And if it sounds daunting and you feel that it's not possible, well, you just got to try. And it's simple concept, but that's what I've kind of go on. In terms of where we're at right now, we've helped thousands of kids, and I've watched kids grow up and become leaders in their community, and I've kind of had a small part in helping them reach their potential, and that's something that's quite amazing. And so now we're looking at expanding our services to not just summer camps, and helping these kids out year-round, doing family forums, doing different events for these kids, giving them resources to help deal with what's going on at home, and to make sure they can give opportunities to all their kids, even if it's difficult because of their situation. So yeah, that's about all I can kind of give you in this time, and to check us out, check about what we're all about at camptriumph.ca. Triumph, not Trump. And I'm always open for people coming to give me ideas, or tell me about their experiences, or refer kids to me, or come and volunteer. It's always hard to get good people to come and help. So thanks for taking the time to listen to me.